Share this on your Facebook. Share this in a private Facebook group. I want you to tag a friend. I want you to text this in a group chat. If you are watching this and you have Instagram, do a screenshot and add me on Instagram. All right, guys, we're about to go live in a few moments, so get ready, okay? All right, guys, we're about to go live in a few moments, so get ready, okay? Ask your questions below. After you ask your questions, make sure that you share this. Share this on Facebook. Share this in a group chat. Share this right now with your baby daddy, with your baby mama. Share this with your wife. Share this with somebody who you know that wants to know how to build their business credit. Share this with somebody who wants to know how they can better their lives through entrepreneurship. This channel is dedicated to economic empowerment through entrepreneurship. Share this to anybody who is interested in going and growing their business. Share this with them right now. Did you ask your question below in the chat? Are you ready? Did you share this? Did you share this on your Facebook? Did you share this in a private group? Did you share this on Instagram? Are you ready? Are you ready to be a participator, not just a spectator? Hey, social media socialites. Look, we are about to go live in a few moments. But before we go live, I need all of you guys to hit that like button right now. If you're watching and you're waiting, go ahead and be a participator. Don't just be a spectator. Hit that like button. Share this on your Facebook. Share this in a private Facebook group. I want you to tag a friend. I want you to text this in a group chat. If you are watching this and you have Instagram, do a screenshot and add me on Instagram. All right, guys, I hope you can hear me because I am about to go live. We are about to go live, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are live. We are live. I got my coffee ready. You understand me? I got my cigar ready, and at the end, I'm not going to puff it up right now. I'm get it at the end. And we are live. Yes. Guys, thank you so much for your patience. I was actually supposed to be doing this. Let me make sure I'm not too. There we go. Make sure I'm not too loud. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Let's see. How we doing? How does sound? Let's see how we sounding. Because it's telling me, okay, that seems a lot better. Let's look and see how we sounding. Yes, I was actually supposed to do this on yesterday, but we had some little technical difficulties. But hey, better late than never. And if you're watching this for the first time and you're watching this on the replay, first let me see how I sound. Let me make sure I'm not too. There we go. Make sure I'm not too loud. Okay, sounds pretty good. You guys like the sound? Let's go ahead and see who is all in the building. There was some people waiting. Can you hear me? Okay, sound is good. Robert says sound is good. Okay, awesome. Robert says sound is good. First person. Let me go ahead and shout out. The first person that was waiting is Milkman Trucker. Milkman Trucker was the first person that was in the building. What's going on, Milkman? How are you doing today? He was waiting. First person to comment, first person waiting. So if you guys can hear me okay, the sound is good. Okay, good stuff. So if you're watching this for the first time and you're watching this, somebody shared this with you, and you don't know who I am, Let me introduce myself. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. No, it's not Ho. But my name is E.DeanCole, and I own DeanCole Financial. We are a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. That's who I am. That's what I do. I own a consulting firm. I've been working in banking and finance for close to 2 decades. I know you can't tell. Huh? I know they say I look young in the face, but you can't tell. Yeah, but I've actually been in banking and finance for about 2 decades. Make sure now my mic has been acting up, and this is live too, guys. So you saw on the thumbnail that this was live. If you're watching this on the replay, you saw it was live. You saw however long it was. I'm going to try my hardest to teach, and I'm going to be teaching about free government money and grant money tonight. You saw it. So you knew when you clicked on this video that this wasn't no twerking video. You knew when you clicked on this video that this wasn't a prank video. You knew when you clicked on this video that this was not some Fashion Nova haul. You dig? This channel is dedicated for economic empowerment through entrepreneurship specifically. You saw the title. You saw. So don't be whining and complaining to them. Hurry up and get to the point. And this is so boring. Listen, shut up, sit down, buckle your seatbelt, and you're going to learn. You came on the video to be educated, but you're going to leave empowered. So if you are watching this on the replay and you're like, Dean, I didn't know you were live. How come I couldn't catch you live? 2 things. Thing number 1, you've seen one of my videos before because somebody shared it with you. You might have seen it before. And also, thing number 2, you probably subscribed, but after you subscribe, you did not hit that notification bell. So it's very important that you hit that notification bell. So if you're watching and you're subscribed to me, and you did not get the notification bell, unsubscribe, then turn around and resubscribe. And when you resubscribe, you're going to hit that notification bell, boom, boom, boom. So the next time I'm live, you can know, because I do this sporadically, guys. You guys know, like I said, I run a consulting firm in real life. I don't just do this full time. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I actually run a consulting firm. I like using YouTube because it gives me an opportunity to give back, and it also gives me exposure. So let's do a temperature check for everybody that's in the building. Let's see who is all in the building. Now, if you're watching me for the first time, if you're watching for the first time and you never caught me live before, I want you to say first time. If you are a client of mine and you're enrolled into my online course, I want you to say client. If you are a client of mine, you're not enrolled into my course, but either we've gotten grants for you or you have gotten a one-on-one consultation with me, I want you to say client and which one, either consultation or grant. So let's go ahead and look at this now. If you are wondering who am I talking to, if you're watching this on the replay on Facebook, there's a link right down here that'll bring you over to the actual YouTube video, and you can click on the live chat and you can see everybody that is on live. So let's go ahead and see. All right, so let's see. Got some first timers. We got a few first timers in the building. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Listen, thank you so much for everybody that shared and liked this video and commented on this video. That is the reason why I encourage you to do so, for 2 reasons. 1, it lets YouTube know you value the content. And 2, it pushes it out to other people. So let's look at some other people who says this is their first time. Let's look at some first time. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, boom. All right, Big Irv said, you can't wait. I'm glad that you're in the building, Big Irv. Let's see. Let's look at the first time. We got a few first timers in the building. All right, first timer is Brandy. Brandy Leonard. This is her first time. How you doing, Brandy? All right, we have boom, ba boom. Let's see. Brandy is her first time. KC is their first time. That's good stuff. Dixon is a client of mine. Hey, Dex, how are you doing? Amanda, this is her first time. Hey, Amanda. Vernon, first time. Hey, Vernon. Miles, this is Miles' first time. Hey, Miles. Nelson Hollins is a client of mine. Hey, Nelson, how are you doing today? All right, we got Zoo Jones is a first time. That's good stuff. We got Miguel, the Bronx, is a subscriber. Hey, Miguel, how are you doing today? All right, so Altada Smith, is that how you pronounce that? Altada Smith says he's still learning. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right, we got Dayron is a client. Hey, Dayron, how are you doing today? All right, so we got all right, DAHJ says, Mr. Cole, you're always sharp. Thank you so much. Well, listen, you only get one time to make a first impression. And if you look good, then you feel good. And if you feel good, then you perform good. And if you perform good, you get paid good. Have you guys ever heard that before? If you've heard that before, I want you to say heard it. If you've never heard that before, I want you to say never have. All right, guys. So if you heard this before, I want you to say heard it. If you've never heard it before, I want you to say never have. Now, guys, make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's Instagram.com/E.DeanCole. You can see a lot more of my pictures, a lot more of my content on Instagram. And this is live, okay? So if you're watching on the replay and you're trying to figure out the rhyme and the reason, there is no rhyme and the reason. We let the Spirit of the Lord lead us. You understand what I'm saying? I am a willing vessel for whatever he got for me, but I am going to teach specifically on free money and grant money. I'm about to get into the idiosyncrasies of it. So once again, if you're watching this on the replay, you're like, hurry up and get to the point. Why are you rambling? Because this is a live video. This is a live lecture, unlike anything you've ever seen before. I want you to participate with me as if you are watching me live. And it's a lot more fun when it is live. So make sure that you subscribe to me on YouTube and hit the notification bell so the next time I'm live, you can participate with me as if you're watching me live. Okay, so let's see who is all in the building. Who's heard that before? I've never heard that before. All right, let's see. All right, shared. Thank you so very much for that. Amon Golfroy. Is that, I mean, it's Golfroy? All right, we got Rip the Road with $1 is in the building. It's the first time. Hey, Rip the Road, how are you doing? Okay, so let's see who's heard that phrase before. All right, Altadas heard it before. That's good stuff. Kenneth heard it. All right, Naturally Blessed says never have. All right, Amon says heard it before. Absolutely. Jason Soto says heard it. Absolutely. All right, DAHJ, who gave me the compliment, says never have. But yep, that's how you look. That's how you got to go with it. If you look good, then you feel good. And if you feel good, then you perform good. And if you perform good, you get paid good. That's what it's all about, you know. I believe in that wholeheartedly. And it's hard being an entrepreneur. Like the vicissitudes of entrepreneurship ain't no joke. You hear me? I go from 0 to 100 real quick. You go from the highest of highs and you go from the lowest of lows. So sometimes you have to have some compensating factors. You know what I'm saying? You got to look like somebody. You got to, sometimes when you're walking past that mirror, you got to look at yourself. You say, you know what? I feel, you know what? I am somebody. So I don't know if anybody else does that, but that's one of the keys for why I'm always winning, why I'm always upbeat and moving forward. That and some good old coffee. Ain't nothing wrong with some good old coffee. So let's get into this. All right, so we're going to be talking about specifically, like the title of the video says, we're talking about free grant money. All right, we're talking about free grant money. But first, let's look at these analytics. We have over 100 people watching, and we only have 40 people giving me a thumbs up. Do we really have 60 haters in the building? If you're watching this, I want you to hit that thumbs up button. Okay, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And then also share this, you know, share this, like I said, send it in a group chat, send it in a text message. So let's go ahead and we're looking at these analytics. Okay, so let's go ahead and everybody, all 100 of you guys, hit that thumbs up button and hit that share button. Okay, so like I talked about before, we're talking about free grant money. Now, the reason why we're talking about free grant money is because as a consulting firm, we have a course, a new course that we're relaunching. So it is called the 501c3 coaching. Okay. Now, we did a case study in 2018. So one thing about me, guys, is I come from a very analytical background. Like I said, I've been in banking and finance for close to 2 decades. And I always say men lie, women lie, and numbers don't lie. Now, when you are African American and you are a consultant, you have to be twice as good. All right. You have to be twice as good. You have to be twice as good for half of the market. So because of that, what I do is I'll do like pre-launches and soft launches and different things along those lines. Now, we created DCFI Online 2016. 2016, we created DCFI Online. And DCFI Online stands for E.DeanCole Financial Institute Online, which is an online learning institute. We specialize on working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. However, when it comes to working capital, grant money and financial money is a part of it. When it comes to alternative finance, grant money is a part of it. When it comes to business development and also business credit development, nonprofits need to know about that. So when we enrolled in our course, I think we had, at the time when we launched this, we had about 800 clients enrolled into our startup coaching. And out of the 800 clients that we had enrolled, we got 10 of them that were nonprofits. And so we gave them a separate course. It was not open to the public. People would see it on our site all the time. So like, for instance, and I want you guys to look at the comments as well. So if you are a client of mine and you've seen the 501c3 coaching and you clicked on it and for some reason it was no information there, you couldn't reach it, you couldn't get to it. If you saw it on the site, but you did not interact, I want you to say saw it. And if you're part of the 10 beta that we tested, I want you to say was one. Now, I have some video testimonials that are going to be coming out by the end of the month. We have 5 of them because everybody's not very camera ready. Even though when we started the course, we said, okay, guys, y'all agree to do the video testimonials. But a lot of people say, no, I'm too shy. And I get it because, you know, you have a lot of trolls and haters. You definitely have a lot of trolls and haters in the building. That definitely is there. It has its place. I deal with it all the time. All right. So we got somebody saying, hey, from Connecticut. Hey, from Connecticut. How are you doing? So let's go ahead and see where we are, guys. Law of attraction. Absolutely, Amanda. I'm looking at you guys' comments right now. So let's see. So Mary Kay says she saw it. Mr. Lewin said he saw it. All right. Altadis Smith said that he saw it. Okay, absolutely. That's good stuff. All right, you guys saw it. That's good stuff. All right, guys, I want you to participate with me. Don't just look at me now. I know you guys are captivated. You know, I know, but I want you guys to participate with me. I feed off of your energy, guys. I want you to participate with me. You guys saw it. Okay, awesome. You saw it. Thank you so much for that, Antoine. He saw it. Okay, good stuff. All right, good stuff. You guys saw it. So what we did was, I'm the type of person where I'm not going to fail. The devil is a lie. I am an overcomer. Everything that I do prospers. Whatever I touch prospers. At the same time, I'm not going to use foolishness. I also use faith, and I also use proven methods. And one of the proven methods, if you are watching me and you're a consultant, or you want to be a consultant, or you want to start a business, is to do a case study or a beta testing, right? So what we did was we took 10 businesses and we gave them the 501c3 coaching at a discounted price. And when we gave it to them, we tracked their progress, and 9 out of the 10, so 90% of them, received $120,000 in funding within 6 months. So after we went through, so there's basically one person that did not receive $120,000 in funding, but I wanted that number. You know, they did receive $35,000, but I like the number. You know what I'm saying? There's a particular grant that we have a relationship with, that we specialize with, and we wanted everybody to kind of get that grant. They didn't get it because they didn't follow instructions. It is what it is. But so what I did was we went through it. We dissected everything. We saw how everybody liked the program. We saw how everybody liked the information. And then we're relaunching it. Okay, so we are relaunching it on January the 5th. All right. So if you are a nonprofit, or you want to be a nonprofit, or you want to start or grow a small business, if that's you, I want you to say, let's see, what do I want you guys to say? Because I'm going to need you guys to talk a lot. Okay. I'm going to need you guys to talk a lot. So I want you to say nonprofit. One word, 2 words, however you want to do it. If you want to be, no, better yet, executive director. That's it. So I want everybody to say, if you want to start a nonprofit, or you want to be a nonprofit organization, or you want to start a ministry, or you want to start some type of group organization, or even if you just want to be a savvy entrepreneur, because I'm about to break down grants. So this video is a long intro, but I'm teaching about grant money, and I'm talking about how the difference between grant money for nonprofits as well as grant money for profits. And we're going to talk about government grants and private grants. We're talking about all of that in this video. This is live. All right, guys. And it's at the end of my very busy work day. So I'm gonna need you guys to participate with me, like I said. So nevertheless, if you want to be a nonprofit, if you want to start one, I want you to say executive director, ED. If you want to start a nonprofit, but you want to be a pastor, I want you to say pastor. If you want to start a nonprofit so that you can capitalize and make a lot of money off of the nonprofit sector, and I'm going to talk about that. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? If that's you, I want you to say free money, all right? So if you want to start a nonprofit because of something that you're passionate about, I want you to say executive director. If you want to start a nonprofit because you are a pastor or ministry, I want you to say pastor or evangelist or whatever it is you want to start. And if you are a business owner, entrepreneur, and you want to take advantage of nonprofit grant money, I want you to say free money. All right, guys, I am about to talk about the 3 different types of grants. All right, so there are 4 different basic type of grants. And while I do that, I am going to turn the heat off. This is live. I'm going to turn the heat off because it was cold in my office. Then it got hot. I started drinking that coffee. So bear with me for one moment, guys. Now, I want all of you guys we're going to break down these 4 different type of grants in one moment, guys. So actually, this is my executive administrator. She's calling me and I'm live. Hold on for a second. Hey, Ayo, I'm live right now. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow morning. All right, bye-bye. Okay, guys, this is live. This is live, okay? This is a live lecture. Folks calling me. Matter of fact, let me make sure I put my phone on silent. Folks calling me and texting me. And so what happens too, guys, is I get hot. You can't see it, but I have like all these lights shining on me so that I can make sure I look good to you guys. So sometimes it gets warm, all right? So if you guys are with me, let's do a temperature check, okay? If you are with me and you're ready for me to move forward, I want you to say ready, all right? I need to get into a rhythm of teaching. So if you're with me, I want you to say ready. Like I said, I need to feed off of your energy. Make sure you guys are with me. There's been a lot of ups and downs. There was a lot of ups and downs and ins and outs. Okay, we got B's in the building. Hey, B, how are you doing? Belle, B, LaFleur. How are you doing, B? So let's get into this. You're ready. Okay, Brian says that they're ready. Thank you for that, Brian. I'm needing your energy tonight. All right, let's get money together says they're ready. All right, Emilio says they're ready. Okay, Miguel says they're ready. Patrick says that they're ready. Ray David is in the building. Ray says that he's ready. All right, Belle says that she's ready. Amanda is ready. All right, Rip the Road with dollars is ready. Okay, that's good stuff. Kia is in the building. Hey, Kia, how are you doing? Kia is ready. You said you left me a message about the executive coaching. Okay, Kia, I'll make sure that our office contacts you about that. Okay, you guys are ready to go. So let's get back to it. Thank you so much for that participation. Listen, guys, I need your participation, especially when you're teaching live. Thank you so much for that. So let's see. Let's get into it. So basically, guys, there are 4 different types of grants, okay? Now, most of the time when people think about grant money, they think about free money. They think, oh, I can just get money from whether it be a government organization or I can get money from, Coca-Cola, or I can get money from Johnson & Johnson or these large corporations, and I can do whatever I want to do with it. That's not 100% true. Now, so I do have to break down some myths. The first myth is that grant money isn't necessarily free money. Let me explain what I mean by free money. I'm going to come back on the screen and talk about what I mean by free money. Okay, so it's free money, meaning that you don't have to pay it. Sometimes you don't have to pay it back, but it's not necessarily free in the sense that you get to do whatever it is that you want to do with it. Let me get rid of some of this stuff, guys. So it's free money, meaning that most of the time you don't have to pay it back, but it's not free like you're free to do what it is that you want to do. So I did a video on Thanksgiving talking about, the reason for the season, government grants and government funding and whatnot. And one of the things that that a lot of people were so shocked about is that they didn't understand when I started teaching about embezzlement, and they didn't understand when I started talking about misappropriations of funds. Okay, so let's do a temperature check. Like I said, this is a live lecture, so if you're catching this on the replay, you should make sure that you subscribe so that you can participate live. I'm telling you, it's a lot better when it's live. Okay, so make sure you subscribe and then hit the notification bell. So let's do a temperature check, guys. Now, if you ever heard of government grants or free money, and you thought that you get to do whatever you want to do with it. Now don't be a smart A. If you're a client or if you saw the last video and you just learned it, I want you to participate with me as well. But if you thought that you can do what you want with government money, like if somebody gave you money, like if somebody gave you $50, you can use for whatever it is that you want. If you thought that you can use it for whatever you want, I want you to say, I thought. Okay. And if you didn't, and if you knew better, if you knew that it has to be appropriated for certain things, I want you to say, I knew. So 2 words. So I thought. I need you to participate with me. Okay, guys. So if you thought that you can do whatever you want to do with the funds, I want you to say, I thought. If you knew better, I want you to say, I knew. Now, for a lot of people who are newly watching me for the first time, or they come across, we grow about 1,000 subscribers per month. So one thing that separates me from a lot others is that I am a actual active live business consultant. So the reason why I preface this is because I teach in detail. I can't just get up here and talk because I have E&O insurance and I have an active originator license, and originator ID. So I am liable for the words that I say. So that's the difference between me. Now, a lot of people on YouTube, they don't use YouTube and they're professionals. Some people do, you know what I'm saying? Some people that are attorneys, some people that are other consultants, other people that are counselors and therapists, they use YouTube as well. But if you notice a difference in the platform is that our videos have to be a lot more detailed because we are held liable for our words. So that's the reason why I am walking through this step by step. Okay, so I'm not just somebody who just watched the video, just read a book, and I'm up here teaching and I can talk foolishly, or I could just be loose with it. I have to, if I'm going to talk and teach, I have to be detailed about it. Okay, so that's the reason why I want you guys to participate with me. That's the reason why I'm asking these questions, because I am actually teaching you guys. I'm teaching you truth to power. Like I said, you probably clicked on the video to be entertained, but you're going to leave empowered. Okay, so so Miguel says he knew that. Thank you so much for that. Mary Kay said they knew. All right, Deja knew that. Okay, that's good stuff. A lot of you guys knew that. William knew that. Okay, that's good stuff. A lot of you guys knew that already. Okay, that's good stuff. You guys knew that. All right. All right, Kevin says, God dang, what I missed. We're just catching up on it. All right, so B says that they knew it. Okay, that's good stuff. So a lot of you guys knew that. That's great. All right, that's good stuff. So you guys knew that. Okay, absolutely. That's great. So you guys knew that. Now, the easiest ways to get government funding and to get government grants are through these 4 different grant options. Now, what happens is that a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, people will get funds. Let's say somebody gave you funds specifically for your utility bills, right? So you have funds specifically for your utility bills, but it's not a general operating grant. So let's talk about that. It's not a general operating grant. A general operating grant you can use for anything for your business. You can use for any area for general operating for your business. However, general operating grants are some of the most difficult grants to get, but just because it's difficult doesn't mean that it's impossible. All right, you can get them, especially after you have been awarded at least 2 grants and you have been in business for at least 24 months for the general operating grants. However, I can teach you how to start a business from scratch, guys. Start a business from scratch, from square one, from day one. Start a business, and within 6 months, get $120,000. Okay, for that grant is for fundraising to use for whatever it is that you need for government. For general operating. All right, so there are different steps to it. Now, in my course, I teach you how to start a nonprofit and how to get funding for your nonprofit, okay? Because a lot of people that are in ministry, they understand that the light bill need to be paid. Come on, somebody. that you need to have fuel in the car. You know, you got to have electric, you got to have heat. You know, you got to have furniture for the people to sit on. Just because you might have a ministry, and it's a nonprofit and it's a 501c3, and you're being very philanthropic to people, you still need to have resources to give the people. It still is. Now, this is the thing about ministry that people can't really understand. The church is a business. Hear me. Stay woke. The church is a business. The church is the building. The ministry is the people. The ministry is your calling. And the mistake that a lot of people make, especially if they're in ministry, is they look at everything as if it's ministry, but it's not. When you have a nonprofit and you're ministry minded, that's good and that's great. But at the same time, you have to understand that your church is a business. And if you don't operate that church and you don't operate that organization like it's a business, you will fail. Come on, somebody. There's a lot of people that'll start a church and a lot of churches crumble. That's the reason how come it irritates the black off my back when I hear pastors begging the congregation for money and begging for this building fund and begging for the first lady need a new weave fund and begging because the pastor need a couple more belt loops in his jacket fund. Now, I don't get me wrong. I believe in sowing into people. I believe in sowing into men and women of God. I believe in that wholeheartedly. I believe if you give, it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I believe that. I believe that if you sow into someone, you're going to reap a harvest. I believe that at the same time, just because that is there, I think that it is very negligent of the pastor, very negligent of the superintendent, very negligent of the bishop, very negligent of the organization leader to just rely on people giving when they have all these resources. That same book that they teach from says that my people perish for what? Lack of knowledge. And that's what I'm going to teach on how you can understand that the church is a business, but the ministry is a people. All right. The ministry is the mission. The ministry is the people. That is fine. Let's look at it another further. If you are helping the homeless and you're feeding the homeless, guess what? Yes, you can get people to donate food to you, but if you can't get people to donate food from you, you still have to do what? Buy the food and give to the people. Now, I can teach people and I can coach and do a business plan and structure on how you can get everything funded to where it's very little out of pocket. But a lot of people don't have access to somebody like myself in banking and finance who's been in banking and finance for 2 decades. And, they don't understand, underwriting processes. And that's why I do what I do. So if you guys understand where I'm coming from, if you understand where I'm coming from, that the church, for the purposes of what we're talking about, that the church is the building, is the business, but the people are the ministry and the mission. If you understand that, I want you to say, got it. Now, I'm not talking about the people who don't believe in church. I'm not talking about the people who believe that all pastors are thieves. I'm not talking about that foolishness. I'm talking about just the specificity of this is this and this is that. To understand the nuance of there's a difference between a dress shirt and the difference between a t-shirt. You guys get me? You guys understand this? Let's go ahead and see if you guys are with me, okay? Okay. Let's see. All right. So somebody says preach. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So MCS says, oh, yes. That's good stuff. All right. Kevin says, got it. Thank you for that. Miguel, the Bronx says, got it. Thank you for that. James Soto says, got it. Thank you so much for that. William says, got it. Okay. Understand that. Okay. You guys are with me? All right. All right, so Let's Get Money says totally believe it, okay? You guys are with me. It's a little bit of a delay, but I want you guys to participate with me, guys, okay? I need you guys to be with me, all right? I know I probably missed out on a lot of people, but you guys are with me, all right? Let's see where we at with it. All right, we'll have 107 people watching live. All right, and we only have 69 thumbs up, okay? All right, you guys are with me? Okay, Brian says, got it. Thank you for participating, Brian. Prince says they got it. Thank you so much for that, Prince. All right. Casey says, Team Kojic. Come on, Casey. So, when I understand, talk about that superintendent. And I start talking about that bishop. You got it? Okay. All right. Nairobi Holmes says they got it. Okay, thank you so much for that. All right, Kia says that she has it. Okay, thank you so much for that, Kia.
And I'm so glad Kia changed her name. Kia is a client of mine. She's been with me for over a year, and her Instagram and her Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube used to be called Amazing Staging. And every time I would see her, I would have to say Amazing Staging. And I was like, Kia, why are you just brand yourself? And I'm so glad to see Kia has done that. Nelson says he got it. Absolutely. Mary has it. That's good stuff. Palm Holmes got it. Thank you so much. Timothy Hall says got it. Absolutely. Okay, Lakeisha says that you guys got out of church, but you're with me. Okay, awesome. That's good stuff, Lakeisha. All right. You guys got it. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. I need your participation. Make sure I'm not talking to myself. Okay, so that being said, I said all of that to say that that being said, there are 4 basic type of grants when it comes to starting a nonprofit, and I'm going to teach you guys the basics of these 4 different grants and how to utilize them, and I'm going to show you how to profit off of them. So the first is a block grant, okay? A block grant is money given for a fairly broad purpose with very few strings attached, okay? This is called a block grant. So when we go and look, I'm going to show you guys a grant database, okay? So I'm going to show you guys a grants database, all right? I'm going to show you a database full of grants that you can go and apply for in a few moments. I'm going to show this to you. And when you see a block grant, that is similar to a general operating grant, okay? So a block grant is a very broad grant, okay? It is similar to like a general operating grant, okay? It is money given for fairly a broad purpose with few strings attached. That is a block grant. The second is a categorical grant, okay? Now, categorical grants are the #1 grants to get for a new small business or a new nonprofit, okay? So watch me, guys, okay? So categorical grants are the easiest and the fastest to get for a brand new nonprofit and a brand new business. Categorical grants, okay? You can start a business tomorrow, all right? And the very next day, you can qualify for some categorical grants. It's very important. Now, the reason why this is important is because categorical grants are for something specific like paying the light bill, or something specific like a grant specifically for utilities. Let's be specific about actual grants, or grants specifically for food. Like I saw someone said that they work with schools. So a lot of school and daycares, they have food programs. That money is used specifically for that. So if you go and you purchase equipment like computers with that money, okay, that's embezzlement. You're about to go to jail. You understand me? If you guys understand, I want you to say understand, okay? If you get a categorical grant for a specific category like utilities, but you use that to put fuel in the buses or put fuel in the cars, and you get audited, you're about to go to jail. You understand me? Because that is embezzlement. You're about to lose everything. You guys understand that? If you guys understand that, I want you to say understand, okay? Thank you so much for participating with me. I need you guys' energy tonight. So if you guys understand, I want you to say understand. Okay, we got 75 thumbs up now. Okay, that's good stuff. I appreciate that. Okay, good stuff. Kevin says understand. Thank you for that. Jason Soto says they understand. Thank you for that. Rip the Road. See, Rip the Road is somebody like Kia. I want you to update your information. If you was a client of mine, I would make you do it, because ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna keep saying that if you're a client of mine. Timothy Hall says that you overstand. Thank you so much for that, Timothy. Stay woke. All right. Tanya says they understand. Thank you so much for that. All things smoke, understand, got it. Good stuff. Dixon, I appreciate that. All right, so let's go back to it. Let's go another further. Okay, guys. So a categorical grant is a money given for a specific purpose that comes with restrictions concerning how the money should be spent. There are 2 types of categorical grants. Okay, so categorical grants are for a specific purpose. You can get, I think the very first time I originated or wrote a grant was for $15,000, and it was for education. So the very first time, and at the time I was 20 years old, I was a young buck, 20 years old. First time I had success writing a $15,000 grant, and it was for education. It was specific though for education for financial literacy. So there is, I went through certification for facilitation and delivery skills, which is teaching and oratory skills. There's a grant that I went that was for the home affordable programs for teaching on financial literacy and education. And this grant was for $15,000, and a portion of that was for me to fly out to San Diego. I think San Diego was beautiful. I flew out to San Diego. I went to a specific conference. They paid for my hotel. So it was categorical. It was $15,000 in total, but they gave me what's called stipends for small portions of that. So that entire experience was $15,000 to go to get the certification, to go to fly to San Diego and fly back, this, that, and the third. And it was wonderful. That was my first experience at the age of 20 dealing with grants and seeing how it was. It was free money, but it was for specifically for financial education and facilitation and delivery skills training. That was the first time I experienced a grant. Okay, so that is categorical grants. All right. So what we talked about the utility bills, and you can get grants for everything. I'm gonna show you guys the database. You can get grants for just about everything. Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you guys and show it to you. So when you are a brand new small business, or you're a brand new nonprofit, or you're a brand new ministry, or you're a brand new organization, the type of grants that you need to go after are the type of grants that are categorical. That's the reason why business development and business credit is so very important. Let's talk about a categorical grant. A lot of times with categorical grants, they will give you the money after you have already completed the task. Okay. All right. So let's talk about that. So when it comes to real estate, if, say for instance, I have a client that we are working with right now, he has a government grant of $200,000 for his storefront in Chicago. Right? Chicago is giving out $200,000 for, it's a bakery that he's building. All right. So he has to acquire the real estate, which he's done, and then he has to build it out. He has to do the repairs. After the repairs are done, then they instantly give him the money for the repairs. Okay. So a lot of times for categorical grants, it is for you to pay back. That's the reason why business credit is very important, because you can get a line of credit, expensive working capital, expensive short-term funding. It's okay because the government's going to pay for it. It's free money. So I'll get something with that's interest only with like a 10% interest rate, because as soon as I'm done utilizing it, then the government is going to turn around and pay for it. And then that grant, so two things happen. One, I now have government money that took care of the expense for me. And two, now my business credit is better because I've just paid off loans. So a lot of times with individuals that are wanting to get into real estate, and I'm going to show you guys a detailed grant that I absolutely love. A lot of times for people that are wanting to get into real estate and they're wanting to create some residual income, that's a very good grant to get, to where you put up the money, you acquire the property, you fix up the property. After it's done, boom, they come around and give you some money. I'm going to show you guys that. Okay. All right. So that's the very easiest way to get grants, is categorical grants. The third type of grant are project grants. All right. Project grants are money that is applied. Is money, I'm getting tongue tied. Money that you apply by submitting specific project proposals. Okay. So this is money for submitted by specific project proposals. So that means that it's money for development for certain areas, and you have to have a specific project proposal. Those are more difficult to get. The easiest to get are the categorical grants. The hardest to get are the block grants, because those are like general operating grants. Then right in between is the project grants. All right. And the fourth type of grant is a formula grant. A formula grant is money given to states according to a mathematical formula. Let me come back on the screen, guys. So last year, there were $2.9 billion of grant funds that got unused. All right. The government sets aside money, but if you don't qualify for it, or if you don't know about it, you don't know how to get it, it just sits. They're not just going to give it to you because they want to give it to you. They want to give it to you because you qualify for it, okay? I use this analogy a lot when I'm teaching. I talk about like getting into a lounge or getting into a club. If they have a dress code that says you have to have on a shirt and tie in order to get in, and you come in with your shirt with no tie, are they going to let you in? If the dress code is specific to have on a shirt and tie. Now, it's just that one small thing you don't have that tie on. There's a lot of steakhouses in Atlanta that are like that. You can't go to certain steakhouses unless you have on shirt and tie. They won't let you in. And so sometimes if you don't know the rules, sometimes people say, they hating on me because I'm black. Or they hating on me because I'm gay. Or they hating on me because I'm straight. Or they hating on me because I'm a woman. Or they hating on me because I'm a man. But no, they're not hating on you. The rule says you have to have on a shirt and a tie. If you guys understand that, I want you to say OMG. All right, I want you to do OMG. If you guys are with me, I want you to participate. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to participate with me as if you are watching me live. I want you to say OMG, okay? All right, I want you guys to participate with me. I want you to say OMG. All right. Let's look at this replay. All right. All right. Alex says OMG. Thank you so much for that. Let's Get Money Together says OMG. Thank you so much for that. Tanya says OMG. Thank you so much for that. Timothy OMG. William says OMG. Thank you so much for that. Bell says OMG. Thank you for that. Mr. Lewin says OMG. Thank you so much for that. Yes. So what happens is that a lot of times when people are uneducated and they don't know, and it's okay. There's a lot of things I'm ignorant to as well. All right. My people perish for lack of knowledge. That's the reason why I'm here to teach you. So you can have on a shirt. You can have on the nicest jacket. You can have on some Ferragamo loafers. You can have on a tailor-made suit. You can have on one of my suits. But if you don't have that tie, you're not going to get in. That's what happens a lot of times with small business owners. The #1 best-selling book of all time says that it's the small foxes that destroy the vine. And when you're doing your business development, you have to cross your T's and you have to dot your I's, okay, for that very same purpose. You can have almost everything you need, but if you do not have all your ducks in a row, another idiom that people use, you will not get the funding, okay? So that's the reason why I teach everything, whether it is a for-profit business or a non-profit business, whether you're getting a loan or you're getting a grant. I teach underwriting guidelines so you can know the cheat code on how to get these grants. All right. Now I'm going to show you guys where you will want to go. I'm going to show you guys the database of where you're going to go to get these grants. All right. So the place to go is SAM. Now this is the beta site. All right. So let's go ahead and let's zoom in on this. All right. So give me a second, guys. Let's zoom in on this. Boom. All right. So you're going to go to sambeta.gov. All right. So sambeta.gov, sambeta.gov is the best place for you to go. This is the best database for you to go, and you can get all of the grants. You can see all the grants that are available at sam.beta.gov, and it's free. Okay, it's free 99. It costs absolutely nothing at all in order to register for sambeta.com. Okay, it costs absolutely nothing at all to register for sambeta.com. But on sambeta.com, we're about to get back to it, guys. Sambeta.com, what it does is it allows you to look at all of the different grant programs that are available. It's a database, okay? It's free database, all right? This is where you're gonna go. So I saw someone asking, can you get a grant for this or can you get a grant for that? Now, in the online course that I have, I go very detailed, line upon line, precept upon precept on how you're able to do this. But just for this sake of this free training right here, I'm just gonna go back right here. So sambeta.gov, right here. Can y'all see my mouse? Y'all can't see my mouse, but right up here is a search engine in the search bar. And this is where you're going to go right here. Boom. This is where you're going to go for you to search the different grant categories and the different grant types. All right. This is the #1 database, sam.beta.gov. It's free. It costs you absolutely nothing at all. And this is where you want to go to peruse to see the different type of grants that are available. Now, for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to show you guys small business grants, all right? So I'm going to show you guys small business grants, all right? So this here is a list of all the small business grants. So when you type in small business in the search field, right over here, guys, you're going to see, give me a moment, guys, right over here, you're going to see, come on, don't fool with me now. This is live now. Don't be embarrassing me now. Come on now. Technical difficulties like a mug. Hey, the vicissitudes of entrepreneurship. Okay. So when you search right here and you type in small business, I want to show you guys something. So small business, look at the amount of grants that are showing up for small businesses, guys. So when you search for small business, there is a total, you see this, of 69,481 grants specifically for small businesses, okay? There is a total of 69,000, no, 69, is that a million? Oh, I'm tripping, Lord have mercy, 69,481,660 grants, okay? There's a total of basically close to 70 million grants. So how many of you guys think that your business or your organization can fit in that, okay? If you think that if you think your organization could fit in, I want you to say I'm in. All right, participate with me. Even if you're watching on the replay, I want you to say I'm in. Okay, if you think, and I'm going to break down and I'm going to show you guys a lot of the different grants and some of the different grants, and one of my favorite ones that I get a lot of questions about is real estate, because I cut my teeth in real estate through my mentor at the age of 20 when I got my first piece of property, and we started doing properties together, flipping properties together. And I'm going to show you guys a government grant that he actually used that, one of the grants that we used to use all the time, they don't have it anymore, is called the Nehemiah Project. A Nehemiah Project, it was a government grant program where, remember I said how I went to get that training. And in that training, I found out about the Nehemiah Project. The Nehemiah Project will actually pay people's down payment for them and all of that good stuff. And after that ran out, then my mentor talked to me about development grant for real estate. And I'm gonna show you this to you guys. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I actually have a video up of me on the job site with my mentor of a multifamily development unit that is a project that we're working on. If you guys saw that, I want you to say saw it. If you didn't see, I want you to say didn't see. And if you're not subscribed to me or you're not following me, I want you to say will follow. 3 things. If you saw the video that I did of my mentor and I on the construction site, I want you to say saw it. If you didn't see, I want you to say didn't see. And if you're not a follower, I want you to say, and you haven't followed me yet, I want you to say will follow, and I want you to follow. All right. So let's go and look at who's talking with me. Okay. So thank you so much for all these people that says they're in. Yep. So Maurice says 69 million. Absolutely. Yes. Corey says, wow. Yes. 69 million. So Trump says 69 million. Good Lord. Yes. 69 million. There's $2.9 billion that goes untouched annually because people perish for lack of knowledge. They don't know. Yes, it's beta.sam.gov. Absolutely. All right. You guys are with me. So if you saw it, I want you to say saw it. If you didn't see, I want you to say didn't see. So Mary Kay, Mary saw it. All right. Alex Express, Alex saw it. Casey didn't see. All right. William didn't see. Who else said they saw it? Boom. Corey said that he saw it. Thank you so much for that. All right. Charlotte said she saw it. Thank you so much for that. All right. So Dayron says we'll follow. Okay. Make sure you follow me, Dayron, so that you can see it. All right. So Lakeisha says didn't see. Make sure you guys follow me so you guys can see it. So yes, he and I was actually at the job site. And at the job site, it is a multifamily unit. And I'm walking through and he and I are just talking, just reminiscing. Multifamily subdivision, multifamily site. And one of the grants that he really helped me when I started to make a really good amount of money with government grants on the real estate side. And I was just looking at it from the aspect of I'm making money, not very philanthropic. I mean, there's a lot of government grants out there for speakers, people that are doing financial literacy. There's a lot of those out there, and people tell me all the time, you know, Dean, I want you to teach me to do what you do. Like, listen, I'm still active in this thing. You understand me? I ain't retired yet. I ain't like Jay-Z. You understand me? I feel like maybe once I get married, and once all I'm doing is speaking, like I was with my chief of staff today, and we were going over the calendar. And so 2019, I have 6 speaking engagements at HBCUs. So once my calendar goes from 6 to 12 and 24, and then all I'm doing is just speaking and teaching and going to college or state to state, then I'll probably create a nonprofit, and then with that nonprofit, I'll just talk about financial literacy, because there's a lot of good money in it to do what you love to do. Because as you guys see, I love doing this, but I'm still active, you know, with consulting. I'm still active, you know, as a business consultant. I still love doing what I do. But I'm going to show you guys one of the first. I'm going to break down how the site works with one of the first grants that my mentor and I did. So it is the USDA Rural Development Grant. Okay. Now, once again, let me come back on screen. All right. So this is the thing about dealing with consultants and having mentors and teachers. So USDA is one of my favorite loan programs, because what it does is USDA allows you to get 100% financing, allows you to get government assistance for old rural land. All right. And also for suburban areas. So what happens is that the government wants you to, the American dream is to go out and build. A lot of people talk about reparations for the African American. We're supposed to get 40 acres and a mule. You can get that right now. You can get 40 acres and $1 million. Forget 40 acres and a mule. You can get 40 acres and $1 million. Come on, somebody. If you understand how to utilize it. A lot of times, like I said, people think that they're going to get a handout, but you're not getting a handout. You're getting a hand up. You can forget 40 acres and a mule. I want 40 acres and $1 million. That is a good book title. Forget 40 acres and a mule. I want 40 acres and $1 million. So you can easily get that if you position yourself the right way. And I'm about to show you guys how to position yourself the right way. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because most of the time, what most people don't realize is that when you're in the suburbs, not in the metropolitan area, not in the city, but when you're in the suburbs or the out surrounding areas, that used to be farmland. That used to be, when a lot of times people talk about regentrification. Regentrification is when you were in the suburbs and you were going into the city. So an old dilapidated area or an old urban area, they will restore it. Well, a lot of those people that don't want to deal with that regentrification in the city, they can go to the suburbs. And in the suburbs, that used to be considered farmland. That is considered USDA territory. If you guys knew that, I want you to say knew that. If you didn't know, I want you to say didn't know. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to make a mind muscle connection with me as if you are watching me live, okay? The way that you're going to learn this is to interact and write this down. You're not physically writing down on a piece of paper, but I want you to interact with me, okay? So if you knew that, I want you to say knew that. If you didn't know, I want you to say didn't know, all right? Didn't know. Barack Obama says I is smart. Thank you so much for that, President Barack Obama. All right, so Alex Express says he knew that. Thank you so much for participating. All right, Barack Obama says didn't know. Thank you so much for that. Kevin Roker says didn't know. Corey didn't know. William didn't know. All right, Trump Chicken didn't know. Thank you so much for that. Craig Coleman didn't know. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, thank you for participating with me. So yeah, so a lot of times if you look at the maps in the area of the suburbs around a lot of colleges, pay attention, a lot of colleges, a lot of areas that are right off the expressway that used to be old farmland, or that used to be old land that is now considered USDA territory. A lot of you guys didn't know that. Okay, so Wendell knew that. Thank you so much for participating. All right, Dexter knew that. Thank you so much for participating. All right, Prince didn't know. Thank you so much for that. So let's go ahead and look at this. Now, this is one of the loan programs that my mentor and I really cut our teeth on, especially guys, for all of you guys that say y'all want to own apartment complexes, y'all want to own duplexes, subdivisions. Watch this, okay? This is one of my favorite grants, all right? Look at this. This is for rural development, for multifamily housing, for rural housing voucher demonstration program. All right, you guys are with me? let's go ahead and look at this program and what exactly does it call for? What is the overview of this program? Okay. All right. So this program right here, it is a for rural housing voucher. This program is designed to provide rental housing assistance vouchers to tenants in properties that prepay their rural development mortgages. The amount of this subsidiary is the difference between the comparable market's rent and the amount of the rent being paid by the tenant with prepayment occurs. Prepaying properties may be located anywhere in the United States, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam. All right? That's very, very, very vague. Okay? There's a lot of different programs that are available. Now let me come back on the screen, guys, and I want to share this with you. Okay, so watch this. Okay, pay attention to this. Watch this, right? So this is for rental. So a lot of people talk about wealth building. All right? A lot of people talk about wealth building. They want to be able to have generational wealth, generational income. Most of the time when we think about multifamily, we think of apartment complexes. But you can get a quadruplex, a fourplex. You can get a duplex and have the government. You can watch this now. You are very easy. This is just some free game. You can have a for-profit business. Your for-profit business purchases the land, or the for-profit business purchases the old beat-up duplex or old beat-up apartment complex. The for-profit business purchases it. Let's say they purchase it for $50,000. The for-profit business fixes it up. So, okay, we're going to fix this up. We're going to fix it up, and let's invest $25,000. So you got it for $50,000. You invested $25,000. Now you're looking at $75,000. This is like a duplex, something small. Duplex. Now you're at $75,000. What you do now is now sell it to your nonprofit or rent it out to the nonprofit organization. And that nonprofit organization then rents it out to the government entity or rents it out to individuals that qualify and they have free money. This isn't Section 8. Okay, now I'm not showing you Section 8. I'm going to break it down a little bit more. Section 8 is a different program. This is for people that are wanting to do multifamily, and I'm going to show you how to get people to qualify, and how you can qualify through this is now what happens is that the nonprofit buys it for a premium of $150,000. So you're $75,000 into it. The nonprofit buys it for $150,000. The for-profit business turns around and takes $75,000 profit. Not only does it take $75,000 profit, let's look at this. Let's say the rents are, let's say $1,000 per side. So not only are the rents $1,000 per side, let's say that your mortgage for that is only $900. So by the time you pay your mortgage and you get your net income and you get your rental, your gross income minus your net, you're looking at a profit of $1,200. Or excuse me, $1,100. You're looking at a profit of $1,100. So not only do you have $75,000 up front, and now you have residual income of free money in of $1,100. If you follow the math, I want you to say follow it. All right. If you follow the math, if you're with me, I want you to say follow it. Okay. All right. If you follow the math, I want you to say follow it. All right. If you guys follow it, I want you to say follow it. Follow the math. I want you to say follow it. All right. Maurice says follow it. That's good stuff. Maurice is with me. Follow it. Thank you. Miguel says follow it. Absolutely. All right. 50 Twin says follow it. Thank you so much for that. Dexter Dixon says follow it. Mary K says follow it. Thank you so much for that. William is with me. William, Corey is with me. Corey, Craig is with me. Alex is with me. So you guys follow it. So you guys see. So this is how you're able to structure some things, how you're able to build a massive amount of wealth. There are so many different apartment complexes. You can get still housing. You can build a 10-unit apartment complex for less than $300,000. You can build a and it'll appraise for $1 million once it's built. That's $700,000 of profit. But you got to have an exit strategy. You have to have an exit. Whenever you're going into real estate, you have to have an exit strategy. Whether your strategy is to hold or your strategy is to flip. You make your money when you buy. You don't make your money when you sell. All right. So you have to make sure you know your exit strategy. All right. You have to have an exit strategy for your business. You guys follow me? Thank you so much for that. You follow me? All right. 504. You said you're late. Definitely catch the replay, 504, and make sure that you subscribe to me on YouTube and you hit that notification bell so the next time I'm live, you can participate with me as if you are watching me live. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at that grant a little bit more, guys. Okay. So let's look at it a little bit more. So let's look at the information. Look at how much money is set aside. Okay. $25 million is what's set aside for this. All right. $25 million is what is set aside for this. And in 2018, so the 17, the 18, and the 19 are the 3 years. So in 2017, only $20 million was used. All right. In 2018, which is this year, $25 million was used. They pushed it up. Okay. They got to that limit in 2018. The prospected run rate of what people are expected to hit for 19, they're expected a little under 20 million to be used. All right. So this is the breakdown. And this is a direct payment for specified use. So remember, we talked about it, guys. So let's go back down again. So this is for specified use, guys. So remember, we talked about the easiest grants to get. One of the easiest grants to get is for a categorized grant for a specified use. All right. That is the specified use for that categorized grant. You guys are with me? Let's go back and let's look at it a little bit more. So let's see what the qualifications are. All right. So let's go back down a little bit more. The criteria for applying. So I'm going to need you guys to bear with me for a moment because I was having some issues with the browser. Let me get this again. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to get this again so I can show you guys the category for utilization. Give me a moment, guys. Okay. So you guys can talk about the criteria. Hopefully it won't. There we go. Are we good for the criteria? It's still there. God dang it. I'm trying to get to the to share with you guys the category and the criteria. Give me a moment, guys. I want to talk about the criteria. Give me a moment. And see if it's gonna let me take you there. Here we go. Here we are. So here are the criteria. These are the criteria, guys. Okay. So the criteria is direct payments for specified use. The application must furnish factual evidence that their adjusted household's income is set at or below 80% of the area median income as determined annually by HUD, and furnish proof of citizenship to be eligible, or to continue to be eligible for a rural housing voucher. This program excludes the coverage under another program because this is a different grant program. Okay, so look at the criteria. The criteria are very, very easy. The criteria are very, very easy. It's basically that the person has to meet 80% of the median income. 80% of the median income. So how many people you know right now? Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back because that was very sloppy. How many people you know right now that are living from paycheck to paycheck? If you know somebody right now that's living from paycheck to paycheck, I want you to say know them. If you are bold enough and transparent enough to say it's you, I thank God that I'm not there. I mean, I've been there before, but you don't have to stay there. If that's you, I want you to say it's me. Anybody that's living from paycheck to paycheck is at the median, at 80% of the median income. I want you guys to see this, because a lot of times the enemy will mess with your mind and say it's kind of hard to get people. And the reason why people don't know about these programs, people perish for lack of knowledge because they don't know. So if you are living check to check, or if that is you, or if somebody you know, they can qualify for this program just by verifying. It's just by verifying, but they don't know. People perish for lack of knowledge. So there might be these programs that are out there. There might be a business owner that is a developer that watches this, and he has some houses that are just sitting empty. They know that, okay? All right, they know that. All right, Kevin says it's me. All right, so Maurice says that you know them. All right, so Taylor says that you know them and it's you. Thank you for participating. All right, Darius says it's me. Thank you so much for being honest and transparent. All right, Mary says it's me. Thank you for being honest and transparent. It's not going to be that way all the time. All right, Lakeisha says it's me. Thank you for being transparent. All right, William says it's me. Thank you for being transparent. Dexter says you know them. All right, Alex says that he knows them. Absolutely. Brock says that they know them. Absolutely. So that being said, there's so many different people that qualify for that. So look at how wonderful this is, a win-win situation. You get some, you go out, something you love to do, whether it is, whether it's making a mark that cannot be erased, where you are being very philanthropic, or even if you just like to have cash money, you just like the idea of real estate, you love real estate, you have residual income. Look at the win-win situation. So one, boom, you now have $100,000 cash money, and now you have residual income of another $3,000. I'm just throwing out round numbers. And somebody that's living from paycheck to paycheck has a brand new nice apartment to live in, and the government just got rid of the money that they took from a lot of people. It's a win-win situation. How is there any negative in that scenario? Yes or no? So even though people say, oh man, how you gonna profit off of those people? Oh man, why don't you just let them stay there for free? Well, if they stay there for free, who's gonna pay for it? You have to position, you know what I'm saying? It takes money to make money. So what is the downside? Is there any downside to that? Is there any downside to that? Yes or no? Is there any downside to that? Yes or no? It's a win-win situation for everybody. You are making a living, doing something you love to do. You're creating wealth, and also you're changing generations, changing households. That's the best idea. That's the best way to look at how nonprofit and grants work, is that they have money set aside to be used. If you are positioned the right way to be able to get these grants and get these government programs, then you're able to take advantage of that. Like I said, guys, if you look at, we did our case study last year, or this year, because we're at the end of the year. 90% of all our students got $120,000 in funding for their mission. They got $120,000 in funding for fundraising. They could use for specific purposes, and they could use to grow their business. So if you're interested in this program, there's a link in the description. There's going to be a link in the description. If you're watching this on a replay and you're watching this on Facebook, there's a link up here that'll take you directly to information about our nonprofit 501c3 program, our 501c3 coaching program, and you'll be able to understand exactly what's all involved. It's very simple, it's very easy, very straightforward, guys, and that's it. I mean, it's a lot of government funding that's out there. Like I said, guys, there was over $2.9 billion that sits every year. That is just one way. There's some for education. There's some for food. There's some for clothing. There's so many different programs that are available out there. And when you look in small business, there were over 70 million grants that are available. 70 million grants that were available, guys. So I am about to light up this cigar. I had a really good time. I'm gonna light up. Ooh, this is a delicious cigar. This is a legend. You guys can see. This is a legend, one of my legend cigars. And I'm going to answer some of your questions, guys. So did you learn something new? I hope you guys learned something new. Did you learn something new today? If you learned something new, I want you to say, I learned. If you didn't learn anything new, I want you to say, didn't learn. If you think it was a big waste of time, I want you to say, waste of time. And if you have a question, I'm going to answer you guys' questions. The delicious cigar. And if you're watching this on the replay and you want to see these questions, you want to see what people are asking, like I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, there's a link that'll take you directly to the YouTube video. So you can see the original YouTube live, and you can click and see the live chat. So there's a link that'll take you there for the live chat. This is a delicious cigar. It's infused with honey. Very, very aromatic. I say aromatic. Very aromatic. It has honey in it, a little hint of coffee, like amaretto flavor. That's good. And it's good with some good old coffee. So let's go ahead and look at these comments, guys. And I'm about to get ready to get up out of here because we've been on this for a long time. Long time. Okay, let's see. Kevin says cigars with the CEO. Absolutely, Kevin. All right, Maurice says that you learned a lot. Thank you so much for that. I'm glad you learned a lot. All right, Telia, a beautiful last name, Israel. Israel said that you learned. KC said they learned. Tony said they learned with a big exclamation mark. That's good stuff. Alex Express says you learned. All right, let's get money together says you learned a lot. All right, Lakeisha says that you're trying to start a business. That's good stuff. Well, you're definitely in the right place, Lakeisha. Make sure you subscribe. We have hours. We have close to 700,000 hours of economic empowerment on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe so you can see that. All right, so Kevin says that they learned a lot. Good stuff. All right, so Del Monte says, what happens to the unused funds? They just sit. They just sit, and the government sits. They wait for the next cycle, and they'll tell you when grants can apply for. Let's go back and look at this. Let me see something. If I can go back and see if it shows you, it'll tell you most of the time when you can apply. I don't think that this one has a deadline. Yeah, under the overview, it'll tell you the deadline. So under this grant, there is no deadline. So for a lot of the grants, there are deadlines that they'll show you when the deadline. So if it doesn't meet the deadline, it doesn't meet the deadline. So KC says you need to sign up for the course. Awesome, KC. Well, if you need to sign up for the course, wait to this post because this is live. So if you're watching on the replay, you can click on it now. But KC, allow this to post. Give it about 45 minutes for YouTube to do its thing. There's going to be a link at the bottom in the description of the video, and it'll take you over to where you can go and you can register for the course. All right. So 50 Twin says, what grant would be good for starting a freight broker company? 50 Twin, that's a very good question. I don't think that there is a good grant program for starting a freight broker company unless you are in the position to where you want to purchase a building or build a building. You can get some government subsidiaries or government grants for the actual physical location. So there's some grants that are for rehabbing in the inner city, or there's some grants for new construction. But as far as the inner workings, I wouldn't suggest that there's any grants for that. However, 50 Twin, watch this. Let's use, for example, if your business is 50 Twin Freight Brokerage, you can have 50 Twin Foundation. Watch this. 50 Twin Foundation can be used for economic empowerment or can be used for financial literacy. Watch this. So inside of 50 Twin Freight Brokerage, which is the for-profit business, they rent out space to 50 Twin Foundation, and they get government funding to pay the rent, and they get government funding for teaching at-risk youth, young adults, adults over the age of 40, these are different demographics, on how to become freight brokers, and then get paid up to $350 to $600 per person for taking that course. So that is a way that you can make money as a for-profit, because a freight broker really isn't organizational. It really isn't something that can be used for ministry. It really isn't something for like housing. But if you added a financial literacy side to a nonprofit, not the for-profit side, but for the for-profit side, if it's for-profit, but you go and get a grant for the building. But as far as the general operating, there's another grant. There's another one that's for small businesses under 50. Let me see if I can pull that up. I was having issues pulling it up earlier, but let me see if I can pull that up. There is a grant for small businesses with under 50 employees. Let me see. It was a small business grant. Oh, they had under 50 employees. Let me see if I can find them. God dang it. Here we go. I found it. Give me a second. I'm going to show it to you. There's a grant for very small businesses. And you can actually search for the grant types. So where's the one for small businesses? Give me a moment, guys. I'm trying to find this, and this is live too. And if there's some for minority, there are 32 under housing, just for housing. Let's go back. I wish I could show you guys, but my computer is acting up. In the course, I break everything down a lot. So there, for minorities, if you're a minority, there are 32 grants that are open right now, still at the end of the year. You can get right now 32 grants for minorities, 32 grants for small businesses under 50,000. Under 50 employees. For very small, there are 98 for education. There's so many, so many, guys. But I can't. My computer is freezing up. I think because it's just been going for such a long time. It's doing too much. It's freezing up and it's not allowing me to share that screen. But so many of them. So Marcus says, "Can I help you with a trucking business?" Absolutely, Marcus. If you want to start a trucking business, I suggest that you do one or two things. Thing number one, enroll into my startup coaching, and I can help you do that. Or thing number two, schedule one-on-one time for consultations. Absolutely. If you look on my YouTube channel, you can see we have a gang of video testimonials for a lot of clients. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. All right, so Courtney says, when you get the money, how much of it is watched? All of it, Courtney. So you must have been watching it from, you must have been watching it in the middle. And I get that, I understand that. So make sure you go back and rewatch the video, Courtney. So it's important for you to understand which type of grant and get multiple different grants. You can get multiple different grants. Absolutely. Forecast success says, blessings, Brother Dean. I believe I received that forecast success. Thank you so much for that. All right. What about grants for veterans? There's a lot of grants for veterans. Absolutely. There's a ton of grants for veterans. Absolutely. So Christopher says, would that small business grant work for daycare and learning centers? Absolutely. There's so many for daycare and learning centers. If you go to the website is free, and you can go through. Now, would you guys want me to do another video that has more detailed information on how to use that? Now, in the course, in the online course that we have, in our online course, we go through it in detail. In this online course, in our paid course, we go through it in detail. On the website, we go through it in a lot of detail. But if you guys want to see me do a more in-depth dive into the grant, the different type of grants, I want you guys in the comments, I want you guys to give me 5. I want you to say the number 5, okay? I want you to give me 5. I want you to say the number 5, okay? And then I want you to tell me what 5 different industries you want to see, all right? I want you to say the number 5 so it'll catch my eye. 5, 5, 5, 5. And then I want you to give me, right next to that, I want you to write out 5, like daycare, comma, learning center, comma, or veterans, comma. So I'm going to get, after we gather all 5 of these, I'll do a video showing just those, okay? Because like I said, there's 70 million grants. But I'll just show you guys. I'll do a video of the 5 most popular industries for grants or something like that. Is that something you guys would like to see? Is that something, if you would like to see it, let me know. Is that something you guys would like to see? Say yes or no. If that's something you'd like to see, say yes or say no. Is that a type of video you would like to see? All right. Tornado for cleaning. What type of cleaning? Because there's a grant that is used for asbestos cleanup. There's a grant, I think, that has $100 million specifically for asbestos cleanup. I was looking at that earlier. It's on the exact same page of the USDA grant. So, all right. So also, guys, in the comments, even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to say 5 and let me know. So, okay. Okay, most of you guys are saying yes. Yes, yes, yes. I sing a lot for real estate. Okay, yes, yes. Alex says yes. Thank you guys so much for that. Apartment, renting, trucking company. Okay, Alex. All right. Grants for a startup, Lakeisha. Okay. All right. Real estate, veterans, education, health, politics, Trump, chicken. Okay, absolutely. All right. Taylor says yes. Okay, good stuff. Absolutely. Okay. Dayron says, and you know this, man. And you know this, man. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching the live. I hope you learned something new. And I want you to share this. If you're watching this on Facebook and you're watching the replay, I want you to share this. Share this with somebody you know that wants to start a nonprofit. Or share this with somebody you know who should start a nonprofit. Or share this with somebody who you know that's scared to start a business because they don't have money. Listen, you do not have to be broke and start a business. Watch me. Pay close attention to this. You do not have to be a starving artist. You do not have to be a ministry worker and be broke. You do not have to be a philanthropist and be broke. If you are doing a business that you're passionate about, you can build business credit that's separate from your personal credit, and you can repair and restore your own personal credit, as well as you can get government funding and government grants, okay? So I'm about to do something. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm going to do this, okay? So if you're watching this on the replay, all right, and you watch to the end, okay, whether you're watching on Facebook or whether you're watching on Instagram, if you want a free course, this is free. Don't cost nothing at all. Free 99. I need you to do 2 things, all right? It's the 100-point credit boost, all right? It's a free course that is designed to help you build up your personal credit. As a consulting firm, we give out credit repair for free because we get paid money when you close on loans. We get paid money by taking our courses, okay? So we give out a free course. We give out a free course. Our detailed free course is the 720 FICO coaching. That's something we give for free to our paid clients. But just for watching me, just for being a subscriber, just for being a follower, all right, just for wanting to watch till the end, okay? I should have said I got a free bonus at the end. I didn't even think about that. But nevertheless, do 2 things, okay? If you want to know how to restore your own personal credit, 2 things I need you to do. Thing number 1 is I need for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and do a screenshot showing that you're subscribed to me on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook, there's a link that'll take you to this original live video so you can see the live chat. Once you're there, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do a screenshot showing that you're subscribed on YouTube, okay? That's this first thing. Second thing I want you to do. Second thing is I want you to follow me on Instagram at E.DeanCole. If you're watching this on Facebook, there's a link up here that'll take you over to my Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, click in the description. There's a link that'll take you directly to my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, okay? Follow me on Instagram. And after you follow me on Instagram, do a screenshot and message me. Either me, if I'm in front of my Instagram, a member of my team will then send you the link for the free 100-point credit boost, okay? So that's a free course, free gift just for watching to the end, okay? So I want to encourage you guys. Now watch this. Dean, why would you do this for free? A couple of things. Thing number one, I want your credit to be good so that you can enroll into one of my courses. We can get some funding. Second reason why is because when you register, you put in your name, you put in your email address, you put in your phone number. We don't sell your information, but we do use it as a tax write-off. Come on, somebody, because this is a $750 course that we're giving away for free. So at the end of the year, which is around tax time, for every person that takes that free course, we get a discount. We get a tax credit of $750 per person. Win-win situation. So that's one of the reasons why we give that to you for free. So I want to say this, guys. If you know somebody that wants to start a business, whether it be a nonprofit or a for-profit, if you want to start a nonprofit or a for-profit, I want to make sure that you educate yourself. If you want to know what's available for you, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. If you know somebody that should start a business, but they are afraid, or if any of it's you and you fighting fear to start your own business, and you are afraid, the only reason why you're afraid is because you don't know. You do not have to be broke, busted, and disgusted. You do not have to live and die off of every client when you own your own business. We specialize in business development. We specialize in business credit loans and grant writing. We specialize in it. Been doing it for close to 20 years now, 2 decades, Lord have mercy. But I said all of that to say that you can be successful if you learn how to be successful. Remember the analogy that I used. They're not letting you in the restaurant because you're black, or because you're white, or because you're gay, or because you're straight, because you're transgendered, or because you are Hispanic or Asian. They're not stopping you from getting to the restaurant because you are a female or because you're a male. They're not stopping you because you're straight. They're not stopping you because you are American, or they're not stopping you because you are a child or whatnot. They're stopping you because you don't have the dress code. I am teaching you the rules and the dress code. That's what we designed to do. All right. So listen, the only person stopping you from being successful is you. If you don't know it, you can learn it. If you have not met them, you can meet them. The only person stopping you from being successful is you. Go get them. Success is waiting for you.